Welcome to this live stream. If this is your first time here, let's know who you are. My name is Similolu. Welcome to my channel where we discuss money issues, mainly cryptocurrency. We do a lot of technical analysis, and we basically learn all we need to do. We learn all we need to learn in order to be able to make money on the stock market or in cryptocurrency. So let's know who you are and where you are streaming in from. What country are you streaming in from? Okay. I have pinned to the top of the chat box my Telegram group. It's a very active Telegram group, and I usually will recommend if you don't already have a community of traders, like-minded people who are attempting to achieve the same goals as you are in cryptocurrency or futures, forex, whatever it might be, I strongly recommend that you be part of a community. And so I usually will pin my Telegram group to the top of the chat box, so be a part of that. Yes. And let's know if this is your first time here. How are you? Geeth from Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. I hope I pronounced that country right. It's good to know the world is getting smaller and smaller, where we can connect real time from one end of the globe to the other. Let's know how long you've been trading. Are you new to trading? Are you a seasoned trader? And yeah. And today I want to talk about, to be honest, it's difficult to talk about anything other than what's going on in the market. I did upload a video earlier this week, which was it was a charting pattern. Let me think. The bull and bear flag. But to be honest, all I want to talk about is the market. What's going on in the market? Why is the market looking like it's trying to collapse? Why is it that way? Now, you got to remember, whichever direction the market goes, people are making money either way. So you have traders out there who are mainly bearish. They look forward to a situation where there's a lot of red on the charts. I am mainly a bullish trader. I like to see green. I do trade, I do short sell every now and then, but it's not my thing. Let's know what you trade, Geeth. Cryptocurrency, stocks, or are you completely new to this game? So I'm going to come back to this question: to buy, to hold, or to sell in a crashing market. So what do we do? How do we play it? And to be honest, there's no one answer. There's no one answer. There's several answers. I'm going to come back and talk about this a little later. But for today, I really want us to kind of just stay with the charts. So we'll go over to my chart over here. This is my Bitcoin and Tether chart. And I want us to just look and see what is going on in this market. And if we can figure out if this bear market is coming to to an end. Nelson says, how long can we hold? One of the golden rules of investing, not so much trading, but the golden rule of investing, because at the end of the day, if you're a trader, ultimately it's a form of investment. And the golden rule, almost, I will say, is don't put into the market anything that you're not willing to lose. You're not ready to lose. Don't let me say willing to lose. Nobody wants to lose, right? We all want to win. And don't trade with funds that you need for your everyday, activities. Any money you put in the trade into the stock market or into cryptocurrency, ensure it's money you can leave there for a period of time. It's very important. because it takes the stress off of you in situations like this, when you watch your investments literally half in value. You got to remember that whatever comes down will go back up. Whatever goes down will come up. Somebody needs me to increase my volume. Let me see. I think I could just move this closer to me. Maybe this will help. Let me know if this helps a little bit. I don't want to be blaring in your ears, but I've increased my volume a tad. How's that? Okay. So, lots of questions. I know I myself have questions, but usually when I have questions, I will go to the charts. A lot of our questions can be answered in the charts. So I set myself on a quest to know how to read the charts. And hopefully by the end of this live stream, you all will learn a little bit more about how to interpret these charts. So that's a lot of technical analysis going on there. And usually what you want to do, I'm right now in a 4-hour chart, so I'm going to zoom out, and we'll zoom out to the weekly chart. So let me come to the weekly chart, if I can. Okay, so we have this. Now, I do have a lot of color going on today. That's because I'm going to keep my Fibonacci levels on the screen. Fibonacci retracement levels, these are the levels you're looking at. Very important to technical analysis because they basically are support and resistance lines that have been drawn almost automatically for you. So all you need to know is how to set it up and how to draw it. So these are levels, and this is a Bitcoin chart. So let me just make this chart a little clearer. Pull it in. So this is Bitcoin. And the first thing you notice with my moving averages, I've got the blue line is the 10 EMA, the 10 exponential moving average, and the yellow is the 20 EMA. And you can see those guys are coming close together. The minute they intersect, it's not a good thing because it's going to initiate even further dumping of Bitcoin on a Bitcoin tether chart. What we want to see as good long traders is we want to see that blue line curve back up so it doesn't intersect with the 20 EMA. Now, each of these candlesticks represents 1 week. And so we've all been part of it. We've seen this dump all the way from, well, pretty much from the all-time high of 64K, almost 65,000. But in the past 3 weeks now, we've had this major dumping going on here. Week 1, week 2, not too good if you're still holding into your coins or onto your stocks or your securities generally. What we want to see at this yellow line, we see this yellow line. I'm going to make my, there. I want us to see these numbers to the side. These numbers are critical because this middle number here that says 0.5, this is like the halfway retracement point. And so it's, I would say, healthy for stocks to retrace, definitely. And for as long as they don't retrace beyond the 50%, this line, this middle, is a middle yellow line, well, this yellow line anyway, then we're still good because stocks must breathe. They must go up and they must pull back. It's very important. You're never going to see any situation where a stock goes on forever. It will go on for a while, like we see with Bitcoin here. I'll increase this chart. I mean, look at Bitcoin. So this is from October of last year. I don't know how many weeks this is. We're just zooming straight up, but it's got to get to a point where it must retrace, and retrace by all means, but not beyond the 50%. So we've been at a kind of precipitous point with Bitcoin where it's come all the way down to the 50% retracement line. Ideally, you want it to stop at this 0.38 level, which is the 38.2% Fibonacci level. You want it to come down to this green and to kind of just nicely go back up again. But no, it didn't do that. It broke down below the 38.2% fib level, and now it's at the 50. Now you see, earlier this week it was looking good, where it looked like we're going to just straight out bounce off the 50. But nah, as the week progressed, it's been getting, we've been dumping and dumping. So we'll come out of the weekly. Let's see. Yes, we'll come out of the weekly and let's look at the daily. Just give me a second. I took some notes. Okay. The other thing before we leave the weekly is, years ago when I had a mentor, when I was new to trading, one of the things he would always say is, back then I would trade stocks and the stock market would open at 9:30 in the morning. So before 9:30 in the morning, we'd look at the moving averages, and he would look particularly at the 4H moving average. And he would generally say, if those moving averages are pointing up, then it's a good indication that as soon as the market opens, the price of that particular equity security is going up. We look at the moving averages right now, they are not pointing up. So that's why I say it is not good, but it's not too late for it to still point up, because right now we're looking at a weekly, and this weekly candlestick is going to close tomorrow, Sunday. The main thing isn't so much right now, the main concern isn't so much that it bounce up. The main concern is that it doesn't break down below this 50% line. Now let's go to the daily. So we're going to slowly work our way from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. Slowly. And so what we're doing when we do that is we're zooming in to get a better picture of what's going on. So now we're on the daily chart. So the thing with these charts is you've got to be constantly trying to get a good viewpoint so you can actually see what you're looking for. Sometimes it feels like you have to play detective to kind of figure things out and to identify patterns and to, do all that kind of good stuff. Paul, you didn't miss anything. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this live stream. And when we look on this daily chart, so we've looked at the weekly and we've seen that it's important that we do not break below. I'll pull it in first. It's important that we don't break below this 50% Fibonacci number. So this is this middle, or this upper yellow line. Once we break below that, guys, then it's looking like we're moving into a reversal situation as compared to just a mere retracement. Remember, retracements are healthy. We want to see retracements when we're trading. It's, the stocks or the coins taking a breath before they continue the trend, the direction in which they were before the retracement. We don't want too much of a retracement, which is why we don't want to drop below the 50. So if we increase this daily chart, let's look at the daily. Over the past, I would say this is 7, 8, 9-ish days, Bitcoin has been trading between these two levels, the green and the yellow. So that's between I think that's the 31.2% Fibonacci level and the 50. That is good, because what's happening here, I'm going to draw a rectangle over here just so we can see what I'm talking about. So what's going on here is This downward trend has been stemmed. Very good. Bitcoin was just shooting down day after day after day, and it's stemmed, and we're in a period of consolidation. That is actually good because we're not going down. As you can see, we're not breaking below the 50%. That's a good sign. We're hovering above it. It's too close for comfort, but it's still better that we haven't broken below it. So this is a good situation. Now we're going to, this last red candlestick is the candlestick for today, Saturday. It's important to pay attention to what happens to Sunday's candlestick, guys. What's going to happen? We need a green candle. We really do. If we don't have a green candle, then we just want it, basically whatever candle we get, we don't want it to break below. That would be a good sign, because that will mean that this Fibonacci level, the 50% Fibonacci level, is strong enough to hold price up. There are enough buyers at this level to resist the selling pressure. Very good. We want buying pressure to exceed selling pressure. So that's what's going on this daily here. Now, I want us to move to the, I need to keep an eye on time. Okay. I want us now to move down to the 4-hourly time frame. Now, I do have quite a few traders will ask me this question. I don't know about traders, but quite a few subscribers and subscribers to my Telegram group and to my channel will ask, which time frame is the best time frame? I had one ask just yesterday, and he said something like he wants to know whether it's possible to trade on the hourly time frame and make a profit. That was his question. Now, I do have a video I have made on time frames. It's not impossible to stick with one time frame, especially if you're an investor. It's not impossible to stick with one time frame, for instance, the daily, and invest based on that one daily. But that's got to mean that you're in it for the long term. That could be the next few months, the next few years. And then you don't really necessarily need to zoom in and see what's going on the lower time frames. But for as long as you're planning to trade, you need all your time frames. I do have my go-to time frames, and they are the 15-minute. My 15-minute time frame is my go-to time frame, but that is because of the style in which I trade. I use the 1 minute and 5 minutes to enter into a trade. And once I'm in the trade, I'm going to keep an eye on my 15-minute. That's my style. So I love my 15-minute time frame. I love my 1 hour, but I can't do without my weekly and my daily, because that's where I'm going to start my analysis. That's where I'm going to start investigating whether I want to go into a coin or a stock or not. Okay. I keep on peeping at the messages here, and some of you make me smile. Henry says, please be my mentor. Yes. I'll answer your questions. Be my mentor. It's believe it or not, I have 3 businesses. I run. So it's almost impossible for me to mentor one-on-one, but I do have a setup where I can tutor. Oh, forgive me for using the word tutor. I'm actually a high school teacher as well. It's one of my businesses I do. But I can do one-on-one consulting. That's really what it is, isn't it? Usually it's for the space of 1 hour. And the purpose of that one-on-one consulting, you can pick up the link on most of my recent videos. The purpose is to help you over those sticking points. You have that one particular area that's just giving you concern. You've tried to figure it out. You haven't been able to. That is really what that 1 hour is good for. I can come in and I can just help you over that obstacle so you can move on in your trading journey. But as far as tutoring, that is something. On the long term, I'm working on an online course, but that's like down the pike. As soon as that begins to take shape, you'll know about it. The next best thing to tutoring would be going on to my Telegram group, where you are getting wisdom from not just myself, but from a lot of other seasoned traders. I have a couple of admins on there. I have a couple of admins who deeper into cryptocurrency than I am. I don't just trade cryptocurrency. I do options, I do stocks. So I'm kind of spread across the board. So on that Telegram group, you will get people who they live and sleep and breathe crypto. And so once you get into a situation, you need your questions answered, they're there for you. So I would say join that Telegram group. And so we have looked at this. This is a 1 day. This is the daily. So this is the daily. And we see that Bitcoin, the downward trend has halted. That is good. So let's move on. Now we're going to go down to a smaller time frame, which is going down will be the 4 hour. Okay. So when we go down to this 4 hour time frame, let's scoot it in a bit. Let's see what we can see. I'm going to get rid of this rectangle. The point of this rectangle was just to show, okay, I lost my complete Fibonacci there. Nope, I'm trying to manipulate this. But I want to do something here, and that is I want to remove that triangle. I want to I'll draw a trend line. Now, a trend line is exactly what it says it is. You know how you'll hear the trend is your friend? Well, these trend lines, they help you to identify trends sometimes when it's difficult to see a trend, especially now where Bitcoin has been, if we broaden this out, we can see it's not trending, guys. It's just doing this sideways move. Reminds you of a crab. You know, when you see crabs, they're kind of moving sideways. Well, Bitcoin's been doing this, just been going up and down and up and down and not going anywhere. We want it going up. And so we have this, and I want to see if I can show something, and it's called the head and shoulders pattern. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to identify, but we see something that's looking a bit like the head and shoulders pattern. Let's make this a bit deeper. So with the head and shoulders, it's not the head. This is not the head and shoulders. This is the inverted head and shoulders, where we have here something that looks like a shoulder. Here we have what looks like a head. And then here we have another shoulder. Now this will be a good shoulder. It will be, if this works right, by Sunday and Monday, our green candlesticks will confirm this inverted head and shoulders. And what it is a bullish signal. When you see an inverted head and shoulders, it's a sign that the trend, the current trend, which is downwards, is coming to an end. Good. We've had enough of red. We want to see green. So it's kind of, now I'm going to show you what I'm going to show you what a textbook head and shoulder would look like. So this is what it would look like in the textbook. Nice and neat. We have one shoulder. We have a lower down head. We have another shoulder. And can you see what happens after this second shoulder? Price action zips up. Powerful. And so if we go back to our charts, it's not quite like it is in the textbook. But if you fiddle around with your charts, sometimes you can see it. And you can see it sloping a bit. So we want, over the next couple of days, over the space of the next couple of days, this is what we want to see. This is what I'd like to see, guys. We want to see this happen. And everybody will be able to rest easy and sleep better at night. To be honest with you, I sleep well at night, to be honest, because I consider myself an investor trader. And so with being an investor trader, I'm in it for the long haul. But what I will do is I will use about 20%, sometimes 25% of my investment to trade. So at any point in time, even if my trades go bad, I can't lose more than 20-ish% of my investment, because in the main, I'm in it for the long haul. I think that's about all I really want to touch on. Probably one more thing. Let me... Just one more thing. I think I started talking about trend lines and I didn't do anything with that. So I want to go back to trend lines. Okay, so we're on the 4-hour. This is the 4-hour chart. And we can attempt to draw a trend line, which would look something like... Again, guys, you got to understand technical analysis. There's no right or wrong answer. But so long as you kind of got the meat of the matter, like what you're trying to achieve. And I would do something like maybe from here. And the point with the trend lines is you're trying to make your trend line touch as many of these candlesticks as they can. So here you can see I'm playing around with it. And I would say about there. So this is a trend line over the last 9 days. And we can see the trend is downwards. Now we could do something else. We could draw another trend line. But this time, to take it from this super long wick. This was a dangerous wick, guys. Look at it. Very dangerous, because it took us all the way down to the 30,000. I think we went down to 29,000 Bitcoin. That was dangerous. And so there we go. So with this trend line, again, we have what would call this is called a bull flag. So with a bull flag, you have this is not a bull flag. This is a bear flag. Okay. So with a bear flag and a bull flag, they're continuation patterns. So if price action breaks below this triangle, again, is not good. But what we want is price action to do something maybe like this. Up, down, up, down. This is what we want. These are the kind of dreams we want to have. We want to dream and see Bitcoin doing this kind of up, down, not dropping below this. I should put some price labels. Not dropping below. We don't want Bitcoin dropping below 34,000. We want Bitcoin breaking above, not just breaking above the trend line, which there, but ultimately we want Bitcoin to break above this next Fibonacci level. Once we're above 41, guys, we're out of the woods. Done. Deal is done. And Bitcoin went on a joyride and it has come back home. The importance of studying Bitcoin is that all the other altcoins will follow suit. They do follow suit. And so there are thousands and thousands of altcoins out there. It's hard to analyze them all. But once you kind of focus on the main ones, which obviously is Bitcoin followed by Ethereum, what they are doing will pretty much reflect what the other altcoins are doing. And once Bitcoin is out of the woods, guys, your other altcoins are good to go. And at this point, I will call it a day with the technical analysis and just going back to buy or to hold. What is the question? If you're long-term, like I was saying, I'm long-term on 75% of my capital. Hold. Hold through the dips. Hold. Now, when I say hold, it's so important that you're holding coins of value. So when I say this, it's based on the fact that the coins that you're holding are coins that have the potential to keep on going to the upside. One of the first videos I made last year on Bitcoin, just talking about Bitcoin, was in October, then Bitcoin was about 10,000. In October, I think it moved between 10 and something like 14K. And the general projection at that point, 6-7 months ago, was that Bitcoin in 2021 is going to $100,000. We saw it achieve 60% of that price level. It got to 65, literally 65K. So after this retracement, which has been a hefty retracement, Bitcoin is going to surpass that 65K and it's going to be heading towards 100. The general projection is 100. Some are saying 150 and many are saying 200K. So understand that you're in this for the long haul. If you're interested in making a living out of trading, if you're interested in making money, ultimately, it's not a get rich quick scheme. So that's it. Now I can take some questions. This is the fun part, I guess, where you get to air your questions and I get to see if I can answer them. Geeth says, I started almost 4 months and following your channel as to get lots of ideas and points. Good for you, Geeth. Keep on learning. Don't be stingy on the learning. Don't be quick to trade. I keep on promising myself that I'll make a video on demo trading. So whilst you're learning how to trade the ins and outs, of course, you won't just be listening to me. There's so many content creators out there with good content. I follow a bunch of them. And so you just want to be learning. But most importantly, you want to be applying what you've learned. So that's where a demo account will come in useful. TradingView does have a demo account. And yeah, maybe even this week, I'll make a video on it. So hopefully that answers your question, Nelson. Long term, you're holding. Now, if you're a swing trader, as in you enter into a position because you can see that it has the potential to move to a certain price point, then because you're a swing trader, you're in it to make money over a short period of time, you want to sell. Once your price falls below your stop limit level that you've set, you're out of that trade. Ideally. Now, if you're a swing trader, not just if you're a swing trader, if you're an investor, a swing trader, whatever it is, you have extra capital. This is a buyer's market. Everything is cheap, as in 30%, 50% cheaper than the crash. Buy. So that's why a swing trader would be buying and selling. An investor, again, you're investing, maybe you've been sitting on the fence and you've been looking at it and thinking, oh my goodness, Bitcoin is too expensive. Look at it, from 60K, Bitcoin's gone all the way down to 30. You have no excuse to not buy. So that is why there's no right or wrong answer. It just depends on what angle you're coming from. More questions. Dennis Godwin, what is the best shit coin to buy and hold? I don't do shit coins. I can't answer your question. Join my Telegram group. My Telegram subscribers are really into their shit coins. They know their shit coins. So yeah, go on the group, ask the questions. You'll get a bunch of answers. Okay. And I think I answered your question, Nelson. Nelson says, do you have a private class aside from your YouTube page? Yes, I do have a private class. Right now, all I offer are like classes in 1 hour slots. So if you click on a link in any of my more recent videos, the link is there to set up one-on-one consulting, a one-on-one session with me. Then you'll see the price and everything like that. Okay, Orji Emeka says, what is the relationship between option expiration, UK bank holidays, and the Bitcoin price? I don't know that there's a relationship between Bitcoin and options expirations. So when you say option expiration, I'm assuming you're talking about stocks, because in cryptocurrency, we don't really talk about options. But I do know that European options operate different from American options. That's about all I know. I trade options, but I only trade American options. And American options will, well, that's a completely different ball game. I've made a few videos on options trading, but I've always felt options trading so risky and I found out that I have quite a lot of newcomers to the trading scene on my channel that I haven't wanted to do much with options trading because I don't want it. I've had someone say when I did a live options trade and just made a bunch of money in a few minutes, I had someone say, "Oh, you make it look so easy." Well, it looks easy because I'm showing you the wins, and maybe I need to do some where I show you where I lose. And so I haven't done a lot of options videos. There are lots of other channels where you can get to learn more about options trading. But European options expire differently than American options. You can get a recording. Kiana, I like that name. Kiana, is that a Q? That's so pretty. Kiana says, do we get recordings of the one-on-one calls? Obviously, if you ask for it, you can get it. That's not a problem. Just depends, because I remember doing a one-on-one call with like one of my first students in Europe. She was in Netherlands or somewhere. Stephanie, I'm not sure if Stephanie's on this call. And for some reason, she couldn't get Zoom because I use the Zoom setup. And so we used some app called something like Anywhere or Wherever. It was an app that had like a name like that, Whatever, Wherever, or Anywhere. And so in that situation, obviously, she initiated the session. So she would have been able to record her session. For as long as I initiate the Zoom session, yes, I can record it and you can get a copy. Ask your questions now. So I think one of the reasons why it's important to, several reasons why it's important to understand technical analysis is because once you can understand or try to understand what's going on, when we're in scenarios like this, where it looks like Bitcoin is just dumping and dumping on us, it's easier to not get flustered. Easier to not get flustered looking at a situation like this, because when you look at a situation like this, you can see that Bitcoin is just operating within this flag and it's going to have to break out at some point. So it's just a question of time. It will break out. Again, the hope is that we do not break below the $34,000 price level. Right now, Bitcoin is trading at 34,471. Where is it? So again, it's hanging out at that line. It's pretty dangerous, really, I think. Just hanging out at that line. What's it doing at that line? It needs to clear out of that line and just head up. Tomorrow, well, first of all, this flag, not this flag, this last candlestick that we see, this is a 4-hour candlestick that started at 8 o'clock here in the United States, East Coast of the United States. It is 10:39. So this candlestick has another hour and a half to go to close. It can still go up. It can still change color. It can still turn into a green. And if this one is not green, then we want the next candlestick that starts at 12 noon my time on the East Coast of the United States. So that's what time zone is that? EST time zone. We want this next candle, we need it to be green. And I always forget to say this, but take a minute to hit that like button. I need it. It helps my channel do better on YouTube. If you're a content creator, let me know. Write in the chat box. Let me know your channel. Let me know how long. But we content creators, we feed off of likes, comments, and subscribes. Hopefully all of you have subscribed to my channel already. So what you can do on top of the subscribing is to like. And all it does with YouTube is it ranks me nicely and it puts me in the flow of the YouTube algorithm. And once the YouTube algorithm sees that my channel is got a lot of activity on it, it puts my channel out. It puts my channel out and sends it out further upstream, further, to other potential subscribers. And that's about it. There's not too much more than that. We just have to sit and be patient. If you had to be a good, effective trader, you need, of all the attributes, character traits, patience is probably that's all we need to be able to be successful, more successful at what we do. Patience. We got to wait. Look at it. The yellow line tells us wait. Because Bitcoin's going to have to decide what it's doing. Is it going up or is it coming down? And so if that's all you have in terms of questions, then I will call it a day. I'll let you get on with your weekends. One question. Henry Jerry says, how can I make quick cash trading crypto? Henry Jerry, everybody wants to make quick cash trading crypto. But it's a process. It's possible to make quick cash trading futures if you know what you're doing. It's possible to make quick cash, make trading options, again, if you know what you're doing. But you got to understand, the quicker it is to make the cash, the quicker it is to lose it as well. So making quick cash is hard for me to tell a newbie, or if you're newer on the trading scene, that you can make quick cash. When the market becomes our friend, when the market begins to move back up, your cash will come in, but you need to be patient. Dr. Forrest is a new content creator. I will check out your channel. Your channel. Okay, and so if that is all, I will see you all. Dr. Forrest says we need more women in crypto. Yes, I know. Actually, I have a bunch of boys and I have one daughter. So if it was the other way around, I'd make sure all my daughters were into crypto. It so happens my one daughter is into business. She's a business consultant, so she didn't go that route. Question from Jerry James. If I'm holding Bitcoin and Dogecoin long term, would you advise just simply to hodl or tethering up? Is that tethering you wrote? I think you're trying to write tethering up than jumping back in at a lower price. I understand what you're saying, because I'm holding Doge, I'm holding Bitcoin, I hold a lot of these coins. Yes, I'll get your question, Toby, in a minute. But really what you want to do, you want to always have spare cash available for times like this. For times when your money gets tied in the market and the market is dumping and everything becomes cheaper. You want to be able to infuse fresh cash to pick up those securities, more so the ones you're holding already. Pick them up cheaper. So if you picked up Doge at 50 cents, well, you can pick up Doge now at 30 cents. And that's called dollar cost averaging. So the average price of your Doge will end up being the 50 cents you bought it at, plus the 30 cents, which is 80 cents, divided by 2. Your average price of your Doge will now be 40, and you will register a profit sooner once the price of Doge starts going up. And that's generally what I do. Toby says, great work, Simi. Which altcoins are the best for long-term investment, aside from Bitcoin and Ethereum? Now, Toby, to answer your question, I created a video on, I forget the title of the video, but in answer to your question, there were about 3 ways in which you can, what's your question again? For long-term investment, there are 3 ways. The way I use mainly is by studying the charts. Okay, you got to study, you got to be able to analyze your charts, it's not even your charts. You got to be able to analyze the fundamentals of the coin. So say you hear about a coin, then you need to go on coinmarketcap.com, look at how it ranks against the main coins, look at the purpose of the project. You want to look into the status of the developers. You want to look at the purpose. You want to see if it's a project that meets your criteria. And then you begin to do more analysis. You keep it on your watch list. That's important. So you want to look at the price. Now the price is 0.004. You want to see as it's moving from 0.004, it moves to 0.008. It has doubled in value. And so that's one way. Another way is by joining a signal group. So that's another way. And then a third way is by being part of a community. When you're part of a community, it's like if there are 500 people, about a little over, I think almost 600 subscribers on my Telegram group. And what happens is I've got 600 pair of eyes looking all out on the whole crypto scene. And somebody hears that there's a new coin, or somebody hears that, oh, keep an eye on Ethereum because over the next few days, Ethereum is going to go boom, 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 boom. Then you want to take that information and you want to go back to the charts. You want to confirm that information. You want to verify it. And once you verify it and you get into that trade, well, good for you, because you heard on the grapevine, so to speak, that such a coin is moving. I did that with Ethereum. I've been a long-term holder of Ethereum, and when Ethereum was still under 1,500, the Telegram group I use, I like the Telegram group I use, by the way, because they do a lot of technical analysis. I don't want to be on a Telegram. I don't want to be on a Signal group. I don't want to be on a Signal group if they just tell me buy this, sell this, buy this, sell this. I want to know a little bit more. Why are you telling me to buy and sell? So with this, I keep on saying Telegram group, but with this Signal group, which is called mycryptoparadise.com, with that Signal group, they actually show the technical analysis. So I will look at the technical analysis, and once it makes sense, once I can see the levels, I can see, everything that they're pointing out, and it makes sense, I will enter into the trade. But they said once Ethereum hits 1,500, it's going to the moon. And we saw Ethereum go to 4,000. Let me see. We saw Ethereum go to $4,000. I saw Ethereum go to $4,000, guys. It happened before my very eyes. But I had jumped. I've always been into Ethereum, but I had, increased my. I had increased my investment on account of the fact that they said, and then I went back to the charts to confirm it. So this is Ethereum. And let's look at Ethereum. Again, like I said, you want to use the high up time frames to zoom out and get a good picture of what's going on. Look, guys, look at Ethereum. Let us see. So right now, Ethereum is still above 2,000. Now, when they gave that call, Ethereum was under $1,500, and let's see where that was. When Ethereum was under $1,500. So this is the advantage of being part of a community. So here, so this was back, yes, this was probably sometime in March, maybe even February, where Ethereum had just hovered under, has just stayed under 1,500 for a while, 1,200 and all that. But on account of that, I doubled up, and it just went. Guys, just look at this beauty. I mean, who was it that said, was it Henry Jerry, who said, how do you make quick money on crypto? This is it. This is how you make quick money. You have your ears to the ground. You go back to your charts, guys. Don't enter into any trade without studying what's going on the charts. It's got to resonate with your knowledge. That's why it's important to increase your knowledge of the charts, because that's like your backbone, and that's going to be like your saving grace. So you don't enter into a coin that is here today and is no more tomorrow. There are many of such coins. Hi, Kevin Tar. Good to see you. How you doing? Long ago, remember, you're the one, Kevin's the one who told me to, he was one of the many people who had been telling me about getting into cryptocurrency. And I was not, so this was back, what, 2017, 2016? I forget. But I did eventually take you up on that, Kevin, and look at where I am today. Yes. So any more questions? Tunde says, how do you buy the dip when you are 65% down on your current hold? Well, yes, so Tunde, so this is the thing. You're buying the dip because first you have to set yourself up to be able to buy a dip. So that's why if you have $1,000 to invest, you don't want to throw it all into your investment. You want to invest a certain amount and always hold back, I don't know, a couple of $100 for situations like this where there's a dip. So the point is so that there's not so much pressure on you when you see the value of your investment go down. Again, what goes down must come up for as long as you've chosen a sure investment. Bitcoin is not going anywhere quickly. It's not going away is what I'm trying to say. Bitcoin is the trading currency of the future. It's been likened to gold. So just like the value of gold constantly goes up and down, goes up and down, but over time it increases. The value of real estate goes up and down, but over time it increases. So also with cryptocurrency. So yes, I hear you where you say your value of your portfolio has gone down 65%, as the value of most of our portfolios has gone down. But it's important to always have a little something left over so that you can always pick up fresh coins at times like this. Okay, Henry Jerry, you want the link? Oh, wait. Henry Jerry says, Toby, please give me the link to the Telegram group. If you go into any of my videos, I have the link there. Oh, I actually have the link here. It's pinned to the top of the chat box. Yes, Toby. A beginner trader should definitely use crypto trading simulation to improve your skills. It's the only way to improve your skills. The alternative is to use your money and risk losing your money. There is no trader on this planet Earth who has ever, who started trading and just constantly made profits. That's like saying living on planet Earth, you've always had good things happen to you. Even young kids go to school. They get bullied. The teacher doesn't like them. Things don't go well for them. So in your trading experience, you will always, you will have the ups and the downs. And so as not to risk your own money during the down times, you want to use simulated money. Definitely. Yes, Kevin Tar. Kevin says, have I gone into staking and betting on PancakeSwap? Yes, I actually did a video on PancakeSwap and staking and farming, yield farming and all that. So yes, check out my channel, Kevin. I have a video. I probably made that video probably about 3 weeks ago. Hustle Pays, how are you? Good to see you all. So I see you saying good afternoon over here in the United States on the East Coast. It's not even 11 a.m. yet. So we're behind, y'all. We're behind. Toby says, are HNT, Helium, Nano, Solana any good for long-term investments? Well, you know what? It's going to be hard for me to get into that. I usually cap these live streams off at 1 hour, and we're 6 minutes from 11 o'clock. And Toby, you have to do your homework to know if these are good investments. I'm not going to tell you, yes, this is a good investment or not, because I don't own a Signal setup, and I usually don't do that. All I do is I recommend different ways in which you can be sure of your potential investments before you get into any investment. Do your groundwork, do your homework. Well, TradingView, Toby says, can you recommend a particular simulator? Done a search online but can't find any useful ones. Yes, TradingView has a paper trading setup, and I keep on promising that I'll make a video on it. Probably one of the best paper trading setups that I know is the one by THINKORSWIM. That THINKORSWIM by TD Ameritrade, I use that to trade stocks and options. That's probably the best paper trading setup out there. It's just awesome. But again, I'm not sure if you're outside the United States, if you can open an account with them. You can try. Their setup is called THINKORSWIM. I'm trying to type that in. Swim.com, I believe it is. ThinkorSwim.com. Yeah, try ThinkorSwim or just search on ThinkOrSwim. And also TradingView. So which most of you know TradingView. If you're into crypto, then you must know TradingView. And I haven't spelt it right. TradingView. So try out these two and take time to learn. And of course, on YouTube, just Googling those terms, and there's going to be someone out there who can help you, some video out there that can help you get into paper trading. Geeth says, how you recommend future trading compared to spot? If you're a beginner, just stay with spot. That's it. Stay with spot trading. You really have to know how to trade before you can really do well on futures trading. Now, it doesn't mean as a newbie, if you do a trade on futures trading trade, that you won't make money. You could make money that time. You could make money the second time, but there's always the risk of losing it all. Actually, it's a bigger risk because spot trading is like the ABC. Futures trading is like the XYZ, if you like. And I'm going to call it a day. So hit that like button again. I've told you the importance of the like buttons. Drop a comment. Let me know what you would like to see, what you would like to see more of on these live streams. And I will see you the same time, same place next week. You take care and enjoy the rest of your day.